All right. So one thing that has been teased for quite a bit over the past few weeks is the return of Bobbi Althoff. Bobbi Althoff. Now, Bobbi Althoff had a podcast. I think it was called The Really Good Podcast. And it's a podcast where she basically stole Funny Marco's entire shtick. And so it's really awkward, uncomfortable kind of interviews. I think that's really the play here more than anything else. And so she blew up really big. She blew up really big, largely off of an interview with Drake that took place in a bed. Now, that interview ended up causing problems in her marriage, reportedly, or allegedly. I'm not sure which one. And so Drake and Bobbi fall out, and Drake tells her to take the interview down. And Bobbi begins to slowly fall off from that standpoint, from that point in time. Now Bobbi is back. She is rebranded, and it's no longer the Very Good Podcast, and now it's the We're Doing This Again. I think it is. She's rebranded herself, has a new podcast, and her first guest, again, is Drake. And so they started teasing this a couple of weeks ago, and now the interview has dropped. I think this is going to be a pretty short video, all things considered, because for this audience, I don't see that much relevance outside of it just being Drake. You know, they don't talk about music at all. In fact, Bobbi says that she's not really familiar with Drake's music, doesn't really listen to it, so she doesn't know anything about him on that front. So that's not a prime portion of the conversation. I'm under the feeling that Drake isn't allowed to talk about anything UMG related or anything Kendrick related or anything battle related, because we have now seen him in a number of conversations, whether that's with Aiden Ross or XQC or Bobbi Althoff, where no one even asked him questions in that direction. So I'm not sure if he's even legally allowed to talk about those things. So Bobbi definitely doesn't give any direct questions about that. There aren't any questions about how he feels about anything on the music side, really, for the most part. But there are some moments in here where Drake is throwing some shade. Drake wouldn't be Drake without throwing some shade. So here's this first one here from Academics TV. They clipped this. It says, Drake dissed Rick Ross in his new interview with Bobbi. So here's what he says.
I've never seen someone ice rosé, but...
You've never seen someone ice rosé?
Mm-hmm.
Well, talk to every jeweler in Miami that has fake diamonds.
Really, they do that?
Nobody got that joke.
Yeah, Bobbi didn't get that joke. But, you know, all of us here, so that's a bone toss to the hip-hop section. So there's his shot that he has at Rick Ross. Here's another clip here. This one is probably the only reference to his lawsuit, his defamation case against UMG, where he's claiming that Not Like Us was botted, which is the reason why it's a global smash and has started a successful protest in Kenya. Let's take a look at this.
So many things.
Like what? What's the top 3 conspiracies?
Well, the top conspiracy for why it got removed from YouTube is that you played Tyga's song and then they removed it. That didn't happen.
That's Sly Fox.
We
don't know, right? We don't know. With the shit that these guys have going on right now.
Who?
Fuck
What
yeah,
guys?
I don't know. They're doing this to this song. They're doing that to that song. They're taking songs. They're doing. I don't know.
I don't know anything about
any names. I'm just saying.
Okay.
There's a lot going on in the music industry. God only knows.
Right. So that's what he says there. That's a little shade at what about bots that's happening in the music industry, which is it's pretty funny, you know, considering I think I don't know if there's anyone who doubts that Drake is very, very familiar with bots and how they work, you know, especially on a day like today. This interview actually dropped the same day that Young Thug's latest backbiting audio leak while in jail dropped. In this one, he's talking junk about Kendrick because Kendrick doesn't want to collaborate with him. But one of the ones that dropped this weekend was him admitting or claiming that he spent $50,000 to bot 50,000 streams for Gunna's album to debut at #1 over the weekend. Now, Thug and Drake are good friends. Every time Thug has done an interview this year and they ask him about Drake and Kendrick, he says, we don't care about that weirdo rap. I like Drake. We like Drake over here. You know, there's reports out there that Drake paid Thug $1 million when he got out of jail to make sure he was friends with everybody in Atlanta now. Not sure that $1 million is worth the same amount of money, with all of the discord that's taking place in ATL, largely, and Thug is at the center of it, but Thug has admitted to spending $50,000 to bot songs for Gunna. Drake and Thug have a lot of friends. So this could go a lot of directions. These guys know so much about bots. I'm not someone that's of the mind that manipulation in the music industry is a new thing. You know, we're talking about an industry of business that started by literal and actual gangsters. But this is a moment that took place in this interview with Bobbi Althoff. And it's kind of humorous, I guess. Let me know what you think about this part in the comment section. All right, so here's another moment here. This interview is taking place in Sweden. It's actually a pretty cool setup, I think. It's a big empty room where they just put a bed by the window, and there's a crazy view of the Swedish skyline. But it's also sun setting at this point in time, so that's why it looks darker. Here's a clip from XXL. They say Drake addresses BBL Drizzy allegations and denies having ab surgery on Bobbi Althoff's podcast. Let's take a listen.
People think you got a procedure done.
Really?
You
a
know,
procedure?
Yeah, an ab one.
Really?
Yeah. Did you do that?
No.
Is that a thing?
I'm sure it is.
Why do you know that?
Because
it's definitely a thing. I remember. Well, it's definitely a thing. But I remember the first time I heard this is completely unrelated. It doesn't have anything to do with Drake. But there was two things when I was young. People thought that Janet Jackson did this when she came out with the Rhythm Nation album, I think, because her abs were crazy on that one. 1 second applause to Janet Jackson's abs. I had that poster. I had so many Janet Jackson posters on my wall growing up. 1 second applause to Janet Jackson again. And then I remember this rumor about Marilyn Manson removing a rib. He removed his bottom rib for some reason. And then later I heard about calf implants. So those are my three experiences with odd plastic surgeries from celebrities. Now, obviously we've been talking about BBL Drizzy for the past year. That was another great one-liner, courtesy of Rick Ross. Rick Ross coined the term BBL Drizzy. Metro Boomin turned it into a wedding song. 1 second applause to Metro Boomin. And so Drake is here saying he does not have a BBL. Now, you let me know in the comment section if you believe him or not. Here's the rest of the clip.
As people do it all the time.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
You've never done that?
No.
Okay.
People also say that I got a BBL, right? They call me BBL Drizzy. So.
Oh, that's true. Did you?
I don't know if my wagon looked crazy when I walked in here, but.
I always took it that Ross was calling him BBL Drizzy because of his abs, and he was just making it funny. Like he's getting plastic surgery to make himself look better. Not literally, he got a BBL. Like a male version of a BBL would be like the abs or the short guy, the guy who's like 5'6" and now he's 6 foot, who's just got fake height. But that'd be like the male version of a BBL, not necessarily a fake ass. So I'm not sure if he is being potentially obtuse right here, or if he really thought people thought that he got an actual BBL and they weren't talking about his fake abs. I don't know.
Did it?
You got a BBL and you got your abs sculpted?
Did you? Do I have a fatty?
I didn't look at your body when you walked in here.
Do you want me to 360?
I don't.
So then, like, if it didn't stand out to you.
No, me personally, I've never looked at you.
I think it was just like I came from the gym. I was sweaty in that pic. Maybe I went on Facetune and like put like details up, you know, and you can like make it.
Don't even admit to that much. Then
sorry,
you
just
Facetuned it.
Yeah, I was like maybe I like heightened the like saturation or something on it.
Okay.
I think I like hit it too hard.
Yeah.
They don't look like that. You saw them.
Don't make that weird. We just tried to record this and it didn't go well.
Well, no, you asked me to see them the other day.
During an interview, not because I was trying.
This is our first interview. I don't know what she's talking about. We have no other interviews. She asked me to see my abs and I showed them to her.
In person, should we play?
Should we play what? There's nothing to play, honey.
No,
there's nothing. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we were just, the first thing I did when I got off the plane was like, can I see your abs? Yeah. And then you were like, sure.
Damn, they look good.
And I was like, wow, you're so hot.
You were like, they look good. They just don't look like that pic.
That's exactly what happened. He's so smart.
So that's an example of the banter right there. Let me know what you think about that in the comments section. Now, I actually thought this part was kind of funny. This is Drake's rendition of one of my favorite 112 songs of all time, if not my absolute favorite 112 song, perhaps one of my top 5 R&B songs of all time. The conversation again takes place in this bed the entire time. They're drinking wine coolers or wine spritzers. Yeah, I know Drake's a big fan of those. And so he's 3 or 4 in at this point, and this is his rendition of 112's Cupid.
Yeah. Because we've only talked once since our little falling out.
Cupid doesn't like when you wanna unless you give it a try. Give it a try. But you wanna unless you give it a try. Hey, girl, if I tell you I need you, that doesn't mean that I don't care.
What a...
If I tell
oh God, it's still going. Okay. Yeah.
Don't you think that I will never be there here? Cupid.
Is that a real song? Is that a Drake song?
One of my favorite songs of all time.
Your song?
It's one of my favorite songs of all time, too. Great taste in R&B music, of course. She has no idea what it was, but this is a funny moment. I thought this moment was actually pretty funny. So 1 second applause to that moment. Look at her face. She has no clue what's going on. All right, and this moment here is how the podcast ends. So we're wrapping up 2 of the other big moments that have gone viral here. Take a listen to this.
If you had a superhero name, what would it be? BBC Girl.
Oh, okay. That's where we're going to end. That's crazy.
BBC Girl.
How about you redo that without that?
Sorry. If you had a superhero name, what would it be? What would it be?
How do I clear up this rumor? What should I say to clear up this
that
rumor?
The world thinks that you just...
I'm a whore?
No.
That's definitely what people
they just think
say.
that you magnetically attract the biggest anacondas on planet Earth.
Okay,
Why do they think that? Is it because you're like just so like sweet and...
So that's another part there. And here is how he closes the conversation. This is from No Jumper. Check this out.
You know what I did, man? Fuck all y'all pussies, man. For real, man. I see y'all boys outside when I see y'all, man. For real, man.
And the accent changes. We made it.
On some real shit outside, some body shit, man. I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all, man. For real, you know, I got hope. Man. For real, straight talk.
I don't know if you should have done all that.
Yeah.
I'm taking this.
And so these are some highlights from the conversation. Again, most of the things that are in this interview, I don't think necessarily pertain to the content strategy of this channel, but these are the moments that actually get the closest to it. Take a look at it. Let me know what you guys think of it in the comments section. And who do you guys think that Drake should talk to next? He's now talked to Bobbi, Aiden, XQC. Maybe I'm missing somebody. Maybe you should stop talking altogether. And let me know if you're interested in, if there's any revelations for you out of this highly anticipated conversation. My name is Justin Hunt. Like and subscribe to the channel. Follow @TheCompanyMan on everything, including the Company Man podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts. It's all happening.
Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. The mathematical breakdown of this mighty game of rap we in. It's boom bapping. Systematical culture views that's radical, it's all happening. Shaking hands and dabbing it. Life through the lens of hip hop, from trip hop to yes, dog. You don't stop, you don't stop. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening.